the cloud. My plan that I have.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to
Thank
Finding
you.
Your Voice with Elaine. And I'm Elaine Ocasio, zooming in from Los Angeles, California. I'm a practitioner here at Living Align community. And each Saturday, I'll be facilitating our time together to explore our creativity and build a supportive community. And I'll just start us off with a prayer. Take a deep breath and release. Another deep breath and release into this present moment, this sacred present moment, this sacred space. I'm knowing that there is one divine mind, one divine intelligence, one divine flow of creative, divine creativity flowing in us, through us, as us. And I know that all here present are one with this divine flow, with this divine intelligence, with this divine creativity. And I know that our time here is divinely appointed. I know that all of us are an expression of the divine in this moment, in every moment of our lives. And I declare that we are open and receptive and willing to be this channel of divine light and creativity in the world. I know that this session of creativity is already complete and perfect in the mind of God. And so we jump in and welcome it and swim in it during this time together. I am so grateful for this time and this space and this technology. I release this law into the mind of the divine, where I know it is already so, and so it is.
And so it is.
So, just I'd like to read our why, like why we're here. So, we're here to bring together creative people in the community seeking to find their unique voice so that we can cultivate a creative practice, so realize our goals and share our meaningful work in the world. So we have some ground rules here that will make it a safe place for everybody to explore and be open and free. And that starts with confidentiality. And what is shared here stays here. Please help to create a safe place for everyone. And in turn, it becomes a safe place for you. Sessions are recorded up until and including the meditation and the prompt. And while we're writing and sharing, I'll be pausing the recording and I'll start it up again just for the closing so that you can feel free if you want to share openly. You don't have to worry about it being posted in the community. And also, we'll be posting the recordings minus the sharing part so that if you can't make it one particular week and you still want to participate, you could look and you can do the prompt and follow along on your own time and then post in the community the work that you do so we can you can still share even if you can't be here every single week. Please, when someone chooses to share, do not interrupt, no crosstalk. Be respectful of each other and be respectful of yourself. So when it's your time to share, you don't have to say, "Oh, I know this is no good, but I'll read it anyway." We all tend to do that. And if you forget and you do that anyway, we're going to still be respectful and hold your hand through that. But try to do this practice to just know that you're worthy to be here and your work is worthy to be heard. Back on another's writing if it's asked for.
I'm hearing a lot of distraction, like your mic. You have a.
Oh, maybe my pages are on top
Oh,
of it. Okay. I
okay.
moved it down. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
So normally at this time we're gonna have introductions, but since it's Reverend Marie and I think we know each other. But normally then we'd say your name and where you're from and what led you to join this group. And we'd like to try to set goals here and like throughout our time together, we'll check in with each other to see where we are with our goals. So my goal for this circle was to create a practice, a create regular creative practice where I write every day. And I came to that because I became a practitioner about a year ago. And from that training, I developed a real spiritual practice. It's just in my bones now. And I want the same thing for my creativity. And I believe, Reverend Marie, you have a specific project that you're going.
Yes, my project is to complete my book, Doing Less to Become More. And also, it just occurred to me that on my calendar, I have built into my calendar, and I'm going to pull it up, time for me to write, and I have not been utilizing that time. And that time is on it's every morning. And so, yeah, some kind of way I want to use this to reignite that time that I write in the morning.
That's a
Yeah,
great goal. How
yeah.
can we support you in that? Just be here, or do you want us to remind you, or just uh,
Um,
next week say, how did you do with your goal? How's that?
that sounds good. You can join me too if you like,
I would.
I'm
I
trying to
write
pull it up.
I write almost every day, but I a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times journal, and I want to spend the time doing more of the creative, like writing a novel or something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. Yeah.
okay, so our theme for this month and for a few weeks is I am a writer. We talked about it a little bit last time. So what I know is that I am is a powerful statement. Like we say, I am beautiful or I am no good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I am fill in the blank is a very powerful statement of being.
Mm-hmm.
So you're declaring to the universe and to yourself what you are. So let's be mindful of our I am statements. If you're here to write, then our statement for today is I am a writer. This is our theme for the month. So we'll keep saying it, declaring it to the universe and ourselves to keep
Mm-hmm.
in the mindset that what we say is what we are. And
Yes.
our topic um, today is being in the flow. So there's a guy who wrote this that I can't pronounce his name. So I put it in the chat.
You
And
did? I don't
Mahani,
see it.
it's some weird name that I cannot pronounce.
Can you
But
put it in there again? Because I don't see it. You might have
oh,
put it in
because
before I
yeah,
came in.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let me see. Okay, okay,
While you're doing that, I'm going to go grab another ink pen.
okay. I think it's Czechoslovakian.
Mm.
Do you see it now?
Yes, it's whoa. Yes, I see it.
He wrote this very famous book. It's called Flow. And
Okay.
so for our topic of today, being in the flow, I'm going to read from something from his book and then
Okay.
comment.
It's a very good book.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I read it years ago, actually.
Called Flow. Okay.
Recommended to me years ago. So, flow is the mental state of being completely present and fully immersed in a task, is a crucial contributor to creativity. All outside distractions must retreat from our consciousness while our mind remains fully open. This man, whose name I cannot pronounce, determined that flow is not only essential to a productive employee, but imperative for a happy one as well. He found that people in this state find genuine satisfaction because they're completely immersed in an activity that allows their creative soul to blossom.
Mm.
And so he's returning, he in this book, it's about work, it's creativity in all facets of life, not just painting or writing. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're creative in your everyday life. So what I
Mm-hmm.
say is that flow is for everything in life, your everyday lives, work and play. And I want you to think of a time when you felt that you were in the flow, like when you were so immersed in
Mm.
something that you lost track of time. that brought you pleasure and satisfaction. It could be baking or cooking or participating in a work project or sport. Or if you're a runner, like say you get a runner's high, like you're really in it. So
Hmm.
I want you to recognize flow in your life. And maybe during this week, you can think about that and maybe share about that in the circle. Uh, if you find yourself aware sometime during this week that, oh, I think this is it, I'm in the flow, like, or usually realize it after, like, wow, I lost
Okay.
track of time, that was so wonderful. Well, tell us about it and write it about it in one of the circles. um
And where would you like for us to put it in your circle?
at the
Can you
end
show?
of this, I'm gonna share my screen at the end of this
Okay.
and show everybody where things are posted.
Okay.
So one thing I wanted to say about this is that, because I think there's another book where they call it Finding Flow. Flow is always present. Creative
Hmm.
flow is always there. So think of it as a river. The river's there, and you could stand on the banks of the river high and dry looking at it, or you could jump in and immerse yourself in the flow of
Hmm.
the river and swim in it. So I want you to
Right.
think of this creative flow the same way. It isn't like I don't have it, it's there, it's always there. And that's why we want to be aware of when we're in it. We know what it
Hmm.
feels like in our body and where we're at so that we can try to get back there, find
Hmm.
how to jump back into this river.
Yes.
So, affirmations for today. I am a writer. I am in the flow of divine inspiration. I am open to this flow of divine ideas. I am a creative expression of the divine.
Can you say that again?
I am a writer.
Hmm.
I am in the flow of divine inspiration. I am open to the flow of divine ideas. And I am a creative expression of the divine. I just realized something I could do for future weeks. I will post it in the chat. But I realized too, I have to wait till everybody's in, or then they won't be able to see it. So I'll figure
Right.
out how to do that. So, um, so going forward here, I'm going to do a guided meditation right now. And the purpose of it is to relax, to become aware where you're holding tension in your body, to release the tension so you may be an open channel for this flow of divine ideas. Sometimes we're so used to living our everyday lives with so much tension in our bodies that we're not even aware of it. It just feels normal. But as we do this every week, we can become more aware of where we're holding tension. And that's like holding ourselves back or closing ourselves off to the flow. You can eventually be more in tune with your body and recognize the tension on a regular basis and know what it feels like to be open. For myself, I notice my openness in my breathing. Like when I'm really in the flow and fully present, like I feel really loose and open in my upper chest here and light. It feels like lightness and I usually don't realize it until afterwards. Sometimes I go, wow, this feels so good. I don't feel like a heaviness that, I guess I have in everyday life, but I don't think about it,
Hmm.
so I'm used to it. So it could be different for every individual. The openness could show up in a different way for you, and notice that. Um, so at the end of this meditation, I will say the prompt, and I'm not saying it now because it's supposed to be like an instantaneous spark of something that moves you. And the whole idea of the prompt, you're not supposed to be in your head thinking. It's supposed to flow. Now, if you're writing something factual, something you want to get information out, of course you use your head intelligence, but that combines with this flow and it just flows through you openly. uh,
Hmm.
in a free way instead of like, you know, pondering every word. I've been in that sometimes for when I had to write something for work, and
Right.
it just flows, not just to write a novel or a story. So, so if you think too much about it, you can fall into doubt and judgment, and that is like the total enemy of creativity. So, you know, it stops that reception of the flow. So that's why we try to do it this way. So when I say the prompt, I want you to feel how it feels in your body. Allow it to affect you. Let it spark a memory or an emotion and write from that place. You may use the prompt or not. If you're working on a specific project, then work on that project. The prompt may still help you there, and I will write along with you. The write is about 30 minutes. And if you're feeling stuck, then just write, I feel stuck. I wonder why. Just keep writing. If you feel doubt or judgment surfacing, then write about that. And I find that sometimes writing my limited beliefs down helps me to release them and clears that
Right.
channel to be able to flow again. That works for me. Okay, so now we're going to settle into this meditation. Take a deep breath. I want you to try to breathe from your belly. When you breathe in, feel your belly expand. And then push in your belly a little bit to expel the air. And when you take that deep breath in, if you just hold it for a second and feel the oxygen kind of circulating through your whole body, going down to your arms and legs. And then when you breathe it out, feel that whatever tension you were holding in your extremities or any other place be released with the breath. And continue trying to breathe that way through most of this meditation. Mm. Start with the top of your head. Sometimes, if you wiggle your ears, you can kind of move the top of your scalp. Sometimes we hold tension here. Just be aware of it. And if you tense it up a little bit and release it, ah, can release a lot of the tension. Go to your forehead. Are you crinkling it up? Are you thinking of something that is causing your brow to wrinkle? Just let it go. Let the breath that you take in circulate in the area that we're talking about. Feel the breath circulate in your forehead and release whatever tension is there. Your eyeballs, your eyes. You can squeeze them and release them. Just be aware. Sometimes there's tension behind your eyes. See if you can breathe into that and let that go. Relax the whole eye socket and your lids. Your cheeks and your nose. Maybe wiggle them a little bit. Take a deep breath and let that fall and relax. Are you clenching your jaw? Become aware of the jaw and any tension you are holding there. You can move it from side to side. Maybe blow a little bit through your lips. Relax your lips. Become aware of the inside of your mouth. Where is your tongue? Is it pressed up against the roof of your mouth or the top of your back teeth? Breathe into that and let your tongue relax and fall to the bottom of your mouth. And just breathe and feel that open channel of your throat passing through your relaxed mouth. Notice your neck. You might tilt it from side to side or turn your head. Notice any tension in your neck. Breathe into your neck, this channel for your voice, for your unique voice. in this world. Your shoulders, might put them up to your ears and let them drop. Rotate them gently. Feel the tension release in your shoulders just by becoming aware of it and breathing into that space. Your upper arms, breathe into your upper arms and release any tension there. Your forearms and your hands, your wrists, maybe clench your hands a little bit. You can feel the tension in your forearms and your wrists, and then breathe through that and release as you exhale. Feel everything loosen and just fall into place. You might let your hands lie loosely in your lap. Take a deep breath and feel all the looseness of everything that you have focused your attention on so far. Now your upper chest, breathe into that space. Let your breath be just resonant with everything that is flowing through there, all your vital organs that keep you alive. And be at one with that and at peace and grateful for your very breath. Might be aware of any tension in your back. You might want to lean forward a little to stretch or sit up straighter. Just move a little bit from side to side to loosen up your spine. Might want to just move in very small little circles. Change direction a little bit. Just to feel the flow. It's opening up the channel of your spine, the channel of all your chakras, loosening that up. Become aware of your rib cage and your belly. So take a deep breath and expand the rib cage and the belly. And then as you release, let that fall into a relaxed state, knowing there is nothing you need to hold, to protect yourself from, to hold yourself back from. You are safe here, and you can let go of whatever you are holding. Notice your sit bones, your buttocks. You might want to tense them slightly and relax. And your thighs, do the same. Tense your upper thighs and relax. There's a lot of strength there, but you are safe. You don't need to hold yourself there. You are being held in this sacred space. And it is safe to relax and allow the flow. You might want to move your legs a little just to feel the knees and release any tension in the knees. Gently, you might want to tense your calves a little bit. Turn your ankles one way, spin them a little bit, rotate them, and then change direction. Clench your feet and relax them. Take a deep breath and feel the breath go all the way down your legs to your feet, breathing life into them. Wiggle your toes. Now a deep breath. Feel the channel that you've opened up in your body. Feel the lightness that is flowing through you, the light. Feel yourself receptive to anything that is flowing right in this moment, that is available specifically for you, for your only special voice. Now I wanted you to do a short visualization. Imagine that from the bottom of your feet, from your sit bones, you are a tree. And from your feet and your bottom, visualize your roots reaching deep, deep down into the chair, into the floor, through the floor, underneath your house, reaching into the ground. Feel them spreading in all directions, growing, expanding down into the earth itself. Go deeper. Feel yourself reaching deep down. Take a deep breath and visualize all the nutrients and the energy of the earth feeding you through these roots, coming up through this body, channeling all that energy and wisdom and love and flow into your body, into your thought patterns, into your creative expression. Sit here and just be in this moment for a minute. Stay in the flow of this at this moment. And our prompt today is sand. What feelings or memories are conjured up by sand? The feeling of sand between your toes, a walk on the beach, a desert, a sandbox you played in as a child, maybe sandpaper as you worked on a project building or painting something. You can write about that. You can just go with the emotion that the memory brings. Follow the memory to a story. Follow the emotion it evokes. How does it make you feel? And now you can begin to write. Okay, so we've had our writing. We did the prompt writing and we've already shared. And so now we're going to resume this part. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen briefly to show you how to post your work in the circle. So oh, that's not it. Okay. There it is. Okay, this is home in the Living Aligned community, where this will be the page probably where you'll start out. And then you go here on the left, go down to where it says circles, and you click on circles. And here's the list of all the circles. There's some of them you might want to check out later, but you stroll down here to Finding Your Voice with Elaine. And so you click on that to go into the circle. And this is where you'll see most of the postings and the weekly inspirations and different writing prompts. And they'll also show up for you on the main news feed also. So you go back to the left now and you're in this circle. So you go down to topics and you click on topics. So here are the different places that you can post. So let's say for your work, you wrote something and you want to post it. You would go down to My Creative Flow. It says this is where we celebrate our creative flow by sharing our work. If you click on that, you see from the first week that we did this, I've already posted my writing from the first
Ah,
thing that we did. And you just click here and then you can write something if you want, or just like copy and paste your work. Uh, you go back to the here. So there's different things that you can share. So finding my voice. This is where we'll share about our journey on the path to finding your unique voice. Maybe there's a story you want to tell about the different things you've tried to, you know, find your uniqueness. Visioning the high idea. This is where we'll capture and share our expanded vision. Exploring possibilities. This is where we will engage with each other to explore beyond what we think is possible in our creative lives. And I posted in here the other day, just feel how you can go in there and read it. But basically, it's about how I want to believe in the possibility that I could write a novel. And in the past, it was like, oh, like, who do you think you are that you could do that? But I'm expanding my possibility. And yes, I can write a
mhm,
novel. This is creative flow, committing to the practice where we share about our progress.
mm,
And if later we could connect with accountability partners, we can share in here. Or if you don't have a partner,
yeah,
you can just say, oh, I pledge to write every morning for 30 minutes. And I did it 3 times this week. And now I'm pledging to try to do it 4, as you grow the practice.
mhm.
And the last
Yeah, I
one
like that.
is event recordings and replays. So I will, this video, I will post it here. So if you're not able to make it sometime, you could go back and look, or even if you did, you want to maybe go back and review or look at it again. And so that is how you post and share your work and your thoughts and your ideas in the circle. Are there any questions?
Wow, I love it. And it really speaks to it's in the flow. It's in the flow. And I can see where we were talking earlier about how I have on my calendar to write every morning, as part of my monk mode. At 9:30, I can go in here and say, hey, you know, I did it, or if I need some encouragement, I can put in there and then committing to the practice part. Right, I like it. So will the last video be also in the events,
Yeah, I didn't
event
post my one
recording?
yet, but I will put the first one and then this one in there.
Okay.
So this is the second
Yeah.
session. Um, and you can feel free to message me in the community if you have any questions, or if you
Mhm.
forgot or you can't follow it somehow, and we'll work it out that I can talk you through it, or we'll do it so that you can participate fully.
Okay.
So thank you so much for being here. And in closing, I just want to let you know that Sunday, tomorrow, I'm going to post the prompt again. Um, and I'm rethinking that, because the whole idea is that you can continue working with this prompt and post it in the, if you want to expand on your story or write a different story. But now I'm thinking I'm going to do that, but maybe I'll make that be the affirmations too. Maybe post the
Mhm.
affirmations. And
Yeah.
then Tuesday, every Tuesday, I'll post a weekly inspiration. And it's just something, a thought about the creative process or writing in general that might help you
Mhm.
in your creative process.
Yeah. So can you say more about that? So are you saying like techniques or different, can you say more about
Well,
helping
the
us with the
things
creative
that I
process?
have now is, I'll look at some of them and tell you, so this is telling you them ahead of time, but I'll do it anyway. It's like one is a quote from Kurt Vonnegut. We have to continually be jumping off cliffs and developing our wings on the way down. It's about taking risk,
Yeah.
creativity. So it isn't necessarily about writing. It's about
Mhm.
different people's, I find, I love quotes by people, especially people
Yeah,
who are
I do too.
describing their creative process. You know, once,
Mm-hmm.
and not just quotes, once years ago, I think it was Andrew Wyeth. He's a famous American artist. And I went to see his paintings, and but it wasn't his painting. He had passed away. And after he died, they found all of this. They had exhibits of his first sketch that he did and how he modified. And then you see the final painting, and it was showing the whole process. And that's what I love. The final
Right.
painting, I love going to museums and looking at paintings, but that was the most
Mm-hmm.
magical thing to me, to see his whole process. So sometimes
Right.
with these quotes, these people are sharing, you know, what their process, and something that they,
Right.
wisdom that they came through years of writing, and so those are the types of things that I'll post, and it's more like inspiration, encouragement for you on your
Mm-hmm.
path, little ideas of how uh,
Oh,
to proceed on your path.
thank you. I appreciate that because I love, love, love the process. The process is people don't appreciate it enough.
Mhm.
It's most important in anything. Thank you.
So now we'll just close with a very short prayer, and then you can go on to your creative flow and the rest of your day.
Okay.
So take a deep breath. Oh, here's such gratitude for this time together, such gratitude for what is shared, what has been shared, and what will be shared in the future. Knowing that we are all on this journey together, in one mind, one heart, one creative expression, all coming from the same place, all from the source of all being, flowing to us, through us, as us. And I am so grateful. This meeting has been perfect and whole and complete. I release this word into the law of mind, where I know it lives and breathes and has its being and is already so. And so it is.
And so it is. And so it is. Yes.
I'm going to stop the recording now, and
Okay.
then I'm going to talk to you.